The Provider Toolkit contains materials to support providers through their WA Cares Fund journey, including the steps to becoming a registered WA Cares provider. In this video, we will look at the resources available in the toolkit to help dementia and behavioral supports providers in registering with WA Cares, including what additional documents are needed. On the Provider Toolkit page, select Dementia and Behavioral Supports from the list of services at the top of the screen. Once the service is selected, the other services will be grayed out. As you scroll down the screen, find Resources for your application. The subsections Application Details and Sample Contracts will open automatically with the Dementia and Behavioral Supports documents highlighted so you can easily find the resources for your specific service. You can select these documents to open them or open them in a new tab by right-clicking with your mouse and selecting Open in a new tab, or by navigating to the link with the Tab key and then selecting the Control and Enter keys at the same time. The Sample Dementia and Behavioral Supports contract will show the general and special terms and conditions, statement of work, and other contract obligations, such as insurance and billing requirements. There are no available subcodes for this service. The focus of the Dementia and Behavioral Support Service is to develop a behavior support plan to support the beneficiary and their caregivers. They develop steps to help the beneficiary safely and successfully communicate their needs, avoid triggers, and better manage their day-to-day responsibilities. Review the Dementia and Behavioral Supports Provider Application Details document before beginning the WA Cares provider application process, so you can gather all the necessary information and required documentation in advance. On the first page, you will see instructions for the document, a general description of the service and the related laws, rules, and policies. The last two sections of this document are where you will find the minimum qualifications to become a registered WA Cares Dementia and Behavioral Supports provider, and the documents you must submit with your provider application. The minimum qualifications to become a registered WA Cares Dementia and Behavioral Supports provider are: meet all Washington state laws to do business in the state, and city or county requirements if applicable. This includes having all required business licenses, endorsements, credentials, and certifications to provide the service. Both the agency owners and contract signatory must pass a Washington State Department of Social and Health Services criminal history background check during the initial application and during contract renewal. Starting in July 2026, either the contract signatory or owner must pass a background check, not both. This change will come once WA Cares Fund rule amendments are permanently adopted. Please check with the Department of Social and Health Services or the area agency on aging processing your application if you have any additional questions. All employees, volunteers, and subcontractors who may have unsupervised access to beneficiaries must have passed a criminal history background check, which must be conducted by the contractor prior to access and again every 2 years. The criminal history background check must at least include Washington State Patrol criminal conviction records and be kept in their personnel or subcontractor files. Meet the Department of Social and Health Services insurance requirements. You can find more about the insurance requirements in the Provider Toolkit under the section Resources for your application. Scroll down and select the arrow to expand the section Insurance Requirements. Here, you will find a summary of the WA Cares provider insurance requirements. Meet at least one of the following licensed mental health professional qualifications: Behavioral Health Agency, Agency-Affiliated Counselor, Certified Advisor, Certified Counselor, Registered Hypnotherapist, Certified Behavior Analyst, including Assistant, Certified Behavior Technician, Marriage and Family Therapist, including Associate, Licensed Mental Health Counselor, including Associate, Licensed Advanced Social Worker, including Associate, Licensed Independent Social Worker, including associate or psychologist. The final minimum qualification is that you must also hold a core provider agreement with the healthcare authority and have access to Provider 1 at the time of application. If you do not have a core provider agreement with the healthcare authority, please reach out to the navigator processing your application for additional information. If you scroll down to the Provider Contract section, you will find the required documents you need to submit with your provider network application. At this time, the provider network application cannot be saved and finished later, so it is recommended you collect all these documents before starting your application. You will need to upload the following documents with your application: a copy of your Washington State business license or proof of exemption, a copy of your W-9 request, a copy of your professional licenses and credentials. For the contract signatory and each agency owner with 5% or more ownership interest, you need to submit their full name, date of birth, and background check confirmation number, a current certificate of insurance that meets the insurance requirements. Unless you are the sole proprietor, you will need supporting documentation of the business organization. For example, list of partners, members, directors, officers, board members, etc. Your Provider 1 number will be entered into the application as evidence of your core provider agreement with the healthcare authority. The only two licenses that do not require a core provider agreement are clinical social workers and counselors, who are not mental health counselors. All other provider types require core provider agreements. Please remember, if you do not have a core provider agreement with the healthcare authority, you can reach out to the navigator processing your application for additional information. Your rates or pricing sheet. This is for informational purposes only. We recommend that you check the Provider Toolkit website often, as updated information is posted regularly. Save the links to the Toolkit's documents instead of any downloaded versions to make sure you are looking at the most up-to-date information.